Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're a student trying to map out your academic future, or maybe a parent navigating the incredibly stressful world of high school qualifications, take a deep breath. You're in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking a really fantastic resource, Dr. Mohammed Akash Raza's Complete Guide to Cambridge A-Levels. We're going to break down its scope, the courses, and the absolute game-changing benefits for both students and parents.
So let's just jump right in with a pretty massive question. Every single year, millions of students are fighting tooth and nail for limited spots at the world's top universities, right? The pressure is literally off the charts. But imagine if your high school qualification actually did the heavy lifting for you, like it was basically your strongest letter of recommendation. Well, that's exactly the premise of the A-level system.
To get us there, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Why choose A-levels? 2. Rethinking how you learn. 3. Comparing A-levels and FSC. 4. Popular subject combinations. And 5. Your global future.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Why Choose A-Levels? Let's look at why this is basically a global passport for ambitious students. We are just talking about a piece of paper that looks good in your hometown. According to Dr. Raza's guide, A-Levels aren't absolute gold standard. They're accepted by thousands of universities worldwide. We're talking the highest echelons of academia here, Oxford and Cambridge in the UK, plus Harvard, MIT, and Stanford in the US. When admissions officers at these elite places see Cambridge A-Levels on an application, they instantly know you mean business. They recognize that rigorous standard.
And the skills you build? They're not just academic buzzwords. Think of it as your ultimate university survival kit. Dr. Raza makes a huge point here. A-Levels actually rewire how you think. You're building critical thinking, independent research skills, scientific investigation, and high-level academic writing. When you step onto a college campus with all of that already mastered, you are miles ahead of the pack. Plus, it's all in English, so your communication skills get unbelievably sharp. Moving on to Section 2, Rethinking How You Learn. Let's talk about the mindset shift this curriculum actually demands. Because here's the thing, A-Levels totally liberate you from that exhausting cycle of rote memorization. It's all about conceptual learning. You aren't just memorizing some formula for a Friday test only to completely forget it by Monday. You're actually dissecting why that concept works, how it was derived, and how it applies to the real world. It's about the why, not just the what.
And this totally transforms the classroom vibe. You go from sitting in a passive lecture hall to being in an active laboratory. You're doing hands-on experiments, scientific problem solving, group discussions. It's super dynamic. It builds those exact presentation skills you're going to need to absolutely crush university interviews. Combine that with rigorous past paper practice and a heavy emphasis on independent study, you're basically building bulletproof academic confidence.
Okay, Section 3, Comparing A-Levels and FSC. Let's ground this by putting it side by side with local systems like the intermediate FSC.
The contrast here is honestly night and day. If you look at the intermediate FSC system, it's highly textbook-based, theory-heavy, and kind of locks students into these fixed, predefined subject groups designed for local exams. A-Levels completely flip the script. You get a flexible, internationally recognized setup where you can actually tailor your education around deep, practical, research-oriented skills.
Which brings us to Section 4, Popular Subject Combinations. This is where you actually get to design your future.
So if your ultimate goal is to heal, discover, or innovate in the medical field, this is your starting line, the path to medical sciences.
By picking core sciences like biology and chemistry and pairing them up with physics or math, you're building a direct bridge to some incredibly specialized careers. Sure, it prepares you for the classic MBBS and BDS degrees to become a doctor or dentist, but it also unlocks these massive cutting-edge fields like biotechnology, genetics, microbiology, and even veterinary sciences.
Now, what if you're a future tech innovator or engineer? Let's check out the path to engineering and computer science.
Pairing rigorous quantitative subjects, think mathematics, physics, and computer science, maybe throwing further mathematics in there too, literally paves the way for the jobs of tomorrow. It's an absolute must for electrical or mechanical engineering, but it also sets you up perfectly for those explosive high-growth industries. We're talking AI, robotics, software engineering, and data science.
But maybe you're drawn to the corporate world, global markets, or the startup hustle. For that, we have the path to business and commerce.
Choosing subjects like business, economics, accounting, and math means you're basically getting a massive head start on an MBA or BBA. This track gets you ready for high-stakes careers in finance, banking, entrepreneurship, and chartered accountancy. You aren't just memorizing business theory, you are literally learning the language of the global economy. And finally, let's explore the path to humanities and social sciences, which is super impactful for those who want to shape and understand society. You can mix and match fascinating subjects here: psychology, sociology, law, English lit, history, global perspectives. It builds this incredible foundation in communication and societal understanding. It's the ultimate springboard if you're an aspiring diplomat in international relations, a future lawyer wanting to shape policy, or if you're aiming for journalism, civil services, or education.
All right, bringing us to Section 5, Your Global Future. Where exactly is all of this going to take you?
Well, A-levels genuinely give you a worldwide career horizon. You are not boxed in by geography. Graduates are heavily recruited in the UK and the US, sure, but also Canada, Australia, Germany, Malaysia, Turkey, the UAE, and obviously top-tier universities right at home in Pakistan. It is, by definition, a borderless qualification.
And guys, here is a massive hidden benefit, especially for parents stressing over insane university tuition costs. Dr. Reza highlights that strong A-level results don't just get you in. A lot of universities in the US and Canada actually award college credit for them, meaning your hard work in high school could literally let you skip introductory college courses. That saves a ton of time and, honestly, thousands of dollars. So, boiling down all these insights from Dr. Reza's guide, who is this actually for? Simply put, it's the premier choice for ambitious students who want flexible subjects and global reach. Whether you're chasing international universities, hunting for scholarships abroad, or planning to dominate fields from AI to finance, A-levels give you the exact academic infrastructure you need to make it happen.
We're going to wrap up this explainer with a bit of a challenge. The tools, the flexibility, the undeniable global prestige, it's all baked right into the Cambridge A-level system, brilliantly outlined in Dr. Reza's guide. The infrastructure for greatness is literally sitting right in front of you. So the only question left is, are you going to settle for a standard education, or are you ready to step onto the global stage? Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you in the next one.